I know I always be on the internet challenging everybody and Chosen always saying, what you gonna do when somebody call you out? Well, you know what? I'm gonna lead them right back to you. Just imagine somebody chasing me and they get me in one of those dark alleys like a movie. And then all of a sudden when I get there, look, uh-oh. Good evening, brothers and sisters. Good evening. How y'all doing, my brothers?
Peace.
Grace and peace. Grace and peace.
Very well. How y'all brothers doing? Brother Daniel and Brother Deron, how y'all doing, bro?
Man, hey, it's right on the cusp. We right here before that Sabbath. I'm gonna say happy pre-Sabbath to everybody that's looking, that's watching. You know, when you got to prepare for that Sabbath, people don't understand this. It be so many things we gotta do to get that to serve the Lord the right way. And this is a biggie. This is a biggie. This is a part of what we're doing, even right here, right now, brothers.
Yes.
What say you, Prophet?
Man, I count it all joy, man. You know, to do this work, it's a blessing that the Lord has put on us with His commandments, and what what He's put on you to even say, man, we need to do a series on these on thou shall nots.
That's right.
On dealing with these commandments, and because the Bible said, you know, that we are to do these and to teach men to do them as well.
That's right.
But you can't teach nobody to do nothing that you ain't doing. But whether you become near, you become a hypocrite. So it's very important that we put lessons like this down with plainness of speech. Had a chief reader on here reading with us with plainness of reading, and just lay it out for the people and pray that they edify and the Lord is glorified, bro. While we abase ourselves and let the Lord word be exalted. So let's do this.
That's right. That's right. So this we're gonna start off with the law. Then I'm gonna elaborate more on that. Give me Exodus 20, 1 through 17. And God spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, and out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in the heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, nor thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea, and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife, nor his manservant, nor his maidservant, nor his ox, nor his ass, nor anything that is thy neighbor's.
Now let's go to Ecclesiastes 12, 13, and 14.
Ecclesiastes 12, verses 13 and 14. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear God and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. For God shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil.
Revelations 22, 14, and 15.
Revelations 22, verses 14 and 15. Blessed are they that do his commandments, that they may have the right to the tree of life, and may enter in through the gates into the city. For without are dogs, and sorcerers, and whoremongers, and murderers, and idolaters, and whosoever loveth and maketh a lie.
Brothers and sisters, that was the reading of the law. And if you heard the 12th verse in there, it said, thou should not commit adultery. This whole entire series that we're doing is thou shalt not. Because the 10 commandments that we just read, the entire Bible, the whole world, your very existence, you can tie it into one of those commandments. That's how important it is. And you got people that have then abolished them. I am in conversations. I almost was late getting this stuff in today because I'm in conversation. I hope they're watching my cousins and longtime friends that are pastors, and they are call themselves believers. And the first thing they want to say they believers, but we do not have to be obedient to the word of God and his commandments. His laws are no more good while we are under his blood. This doesn't make sense, brothers and sisters. So we have to like put this in baby terms to you. And we got to beat these commandments in the head. The whole world is in trouble if they don't do so. Right. So we just started with this one called Adultery. The Lord put it on my mind to just say this and do this series. You know, thou shalt not. That is a clear cut assignment that the Lord gave the whole world. Thou shalt not. Thou shalt not. Listen, let me make some sense to you real quick before I get into it and get to the adultery. I was reading when we was doing our studying. I came past in Genesis where the God of the Bible made a covenant with the whole earth, and he set a bow to remind him of the covenant. So if you're going to abolish the whole Old Testament, you're going to abolish the old law, you abolish the covenant, he could just let it rain on you still. He said, I set a bow in the clouds there. This is my covenant with the entire earth. So even when they say that the laws is done away with and it's only for Israel and they had their things, you still seeing that rainbow 6,000 years later when it rains. He's still honoring his part. That's why thou shalt not is so important, because when he said thou shalt not to himself drown you again, he gave himself a reminder and he honors it every bit of it. So we're going to make this plain to you this time because we're dealing with adultery. And most people see adultery as just a man and a woman, their husband cheating or the wife cheating, but mostly for the husbands, the one that we in society are putting out on TV and making good love and hip hop shows with. And they do it to entertain you when they do it now. And the very people that God chose are doing it spiritually with churches, with other movie stars, with idols, with things that are in their head, things that they can touch and see. All of it come before their husband, who is God. All of them, you commit whoredom on him all day long. So you commit adultery. So we're going to break this thing down and we're going to start this thing off in John 8. We're going to read 3 through 11. Because what we want to show out with this is that when they bought this very woman in adultery, and I hope my brother got it on his thing as well too, because we can't say it enough to you. We can't say it enough to you. The biggest thing they just gloss over is that they bought that woman there and they didn't even think about being the man there. And these are the church people, mind you. And we're going to point that out right away. So that's what comes to those believers who don't believe his law. They commit adultery right then. They saying it. And like you said, they're teaching other people to do so.
That's right.
Pastor says, look at your neighbor. You don't have to worry about that law no more. You could. They keep saying that it is too hard. There's no way you could have kept that law. Then they try to throw 613 laws on you, and then they forget that the whole laws hang on just 2. You know what I'm saying? Just the 2 laws. Who is this?
And brothers, Duran and Daniel. Look at this. Because brother Duran just said something. I'm going to say this real briefly so you can go ahead and let this thing real. He said that the Lord said, thou shalt not. They saying that the law is done away with. So they're saying, thou shalt.
Thou shalt. He even say, thou shalt not to himself on killing them.
It's that simple. If the Lord say thou shalt not, they say that's done away with. Oh, that's done away with? Then you saying, I can. Thou shalt.
I will. I will.
It's bogus, man. It's bogus.
Wow. And the very person who we said that is doing this right now, and we're gonna see it. We're gonna see it. Give me 3 and 4.
And the scribes and Pharisees, brought unto him a woman taken in adultery. And when they had set her in the midst, they said unto him, Master, this woman was taken in adultery in the very act.
So first of all, these are the church people that brought the woman in the very act of adultery. This is what we are talking about here, brothers and sisters. So we got to involve church and state because these are the church people bringing a woman to the creator. He was in the world and they didn't even know it, brothers and sisters. They bringing him there and he is there trying to set the whole world back off course because of this same behavior right here we fighting. That's why it's so important we do this series. Go ahead, brother.
Now Moses in the law commanded us that such should be stoned. But what sayest thou? This they said, tempting him, that they might have to accuse him. But Jesus stooped down and with his finger wrote on the ground, as though he hurt them not.
So listen to what's happening. First, I want to point out 2 things. They are bringing to Jesus the Mosaic law, which is really Jesus's law. We're in St. John. We're almost at the end of the Bible, and they keep talking about that the laws of Moses' laws is done away with. The scribes and the Pharisees and the church people were teaching that while Jesus, and they tried to throw Jesus, who wrote that with his finger, they tried to throw that on him. So he act like he ain't him. He put his head down and started scribbling and write because they want to tempt him, right? This is how our people is doing. So when he got to writing, go ahead and read. This is what he did.
So when they continued asking him, he lifted up himself and said unto them, he that is without sin among you, let him first cast a stone at her. And again he stooped down and wrote on the ground.
Brothers and sisters, listen to particularly what he did. Don't even think about him asking the woman that's being accused, because Satan was accusing the angels in heaven all day long. We accuse our brethren all day long with molten in our eyes. So he said the most dangerous word in there, and you have to check yourself. Are you without sin? While you going to call your neighbor on your brother and talk about him like a dog, do you be shamed when you hang the phone up, when you tailbearing on somebody? Because when that question miss everybody, and we know already everybody's sin. So if you say you're without sin, if you would have stayed here, brothers and sisters, you are a liar, and the truth ain't in you.
That's right.
Go ahead, brother.
And they which heard it, being convicted by their own conscience, went out one by one, beginning at the eldest, even unto the last. And Jesus was left alone, and the woman standing in the midst. When Jesus had lifted up himself and saw none but the woman, he said unto her, Woman, where are those thine accusers? Have no man condemned thee?
Listen to what Jesus did right there. Something very important that I just heard there. He said they was convicted in their own conscience, in the inside of their head.
Mm-hmm.
He just showed you the evidence of the law to do right is in their minds.
Yeah.
The covenant that believers say they got is in their minds. So whenever somebody tell you the law is there, why did Jesus write it in your head? And why do you know what's right from wrong? Because at first, the animal sacrifice law used to point it out. But he stopped that, took his place, and wrought it in your mind. Thou shalt not. He said, Woman, where thine accusers? Have no man condemned thee? Because he looked up now. They gone, brothers and sisters. So this is the way, just like when Jesus was in the garden, when Satan was tempting him, he said words to him out of the Old Testament, and he had to flee. So who was they working for when he said words out of the Old Testament just now? So let's look at what he said to this woman after she said that when he asked her, no man condemn her. Go ahead with verse 11.
She said, No man, Lord. And Jesus said unto her, Neither do I condemn thee. Go and sin no more.
That's the big thing that you got to hear. If his blood would abolish you and abjugate you from sinning, period, right? Why would he instruct her to go and sin no more? He just cleansed her and gave her a clean slate right before her eyes. That's not telling you that if you continue in adultery, but this is the creator of heaven and earth. He wiped her slate clean like he did so many other people with his words, brothers and sisters. So all she had to do is walk in newness of life after that spiritual baptism. You got to get baptized with water, but he did it with her with his words. So when you tell people that the law is done and what he told that lady right there, you know what they say? They say, well, you supposed to stone people from there. Are you still stoning people from there? They know that we in a whole day where they got bullets now. They don't have stoning. They know the laws of the land should supersede that. So all that is folly. They're trying everything they do. But guess what? If you give them something to eat, if you call them, guess what they're going to do? They're going to come. On the church, they got choirs. They signing record contracts. They having barbecues. On the Sabbath day, we drive past the church every Sabbath day that goes on Sunday, but they use Saturday to defy the dietary law, and they give it to you free. So you can come pollute with them on Sunday because they know that the church people, especially the children of Israel, we love food. Let's go see how that works. Go to John 6, right back. We're going to read 25 to 35. Because we want to show you how this people is. We want to show you how they are because this is Israel. This is Israel, brothers and sisters. 25 to 35. All right, go ahead.
And when they had found him on the other side of the sea, they said unto him, Rabbi, when comest thou hither? Jesus answered them and said, Verily, verily, I say unto you, ye seek me, not because ye saw the miracles, but because ye did eat of the loaves and were filled.
You hear that?
Yeah.
This is what he do. This is that Jesus is so clear and he's so cold at what he do. Because we seeing it. If you want to see this, have a cookout.
Right.
They coming. Don't y'all notice when we take Passover or when we have a feast day, the house is way a little bit more packed, brothers and sisters?
They coming.
That's even with people in the truth. Jesus said that right here. You want to come in here, you want to see the miracles, and you want to get the food. Your belly was filled. Go ahead, brother.
Labor not for the meat which perisheth, but for that meat which endureth unto everlasting life, which the Son of Man shall give unto you. For him have God the Father sealed. Then they said unto him, what shall we do that we might work the works of God?
See, he's letting you know it's always a spiritual aspect to everything that he do with with your so-called adultery, because you don't know it or not that Jesus is married to you when you take a hold of his covenant. The people that say they're believers, they don't understand what they're getting into. They're entering into a marriage, which is a covenant. So if you going other than we're reading out his Bible, those different religions, you are committing adultery. You're committing adultery with other churches on your husband. And this lesson, Jesus is going to point that out to you very plainly. All right, brother, go ahead.
Jesus answered and said unto them, this is the work of God, that ye believe on him whom he hath sent. They said therefore unto him, what sign showest thou then, that we may see and believe thee? What dost thou work?
You hear that? They love seeing miracles. It'll tell you in other places the Jews require a sign. That's why we like to go and always, if somebody get a new job, we want to take his career that he got and low grade it. Man, you cutting hair now? Let me get it for $5 or for the free. This is what we are doing to each other. Then you go talk about him behind his back, because this is what we do. So you think they're not doing it in the same thing in the churches?
That's right.
We hear people announcing all the time how people treat people when they come up there to eat the food that they didn't buy. Mean to people and all this. He said, this is what you do. They want to see a sign. Look at what he said. Go ahead.
Our fathers did eat manna in the desert, as it is written, he gave them bread from heaven to eat. Then Jesus said unto them, verily, verily, I say unto you, Moses gave you not that bread from heaven, but my Father giveth you the true bread from heaven.
Just pay attention to that. Jesus, the God of the Bible, who was the same one in the tree, he's referring Moses to them over and over and over again, brothers and sisters. And he is saying it just like when they say the Mosaic law, he's showing you the difference because they keep replacing him, but he just speaking to what Moses gave him through him, brothers and sisters. This is very clear, but I want you to hear this. Go ahead, 33.
For the bread of God is he which cometh down from heaven and giveth life unto the world. Then said they unto him, Lord, evermore give us this bread.
Go ahead.
And Jesus said unto them, I am the bread of life. He that cometh to me shall never hunger, and he that believeth on me shall never thirst.
Now, did you hear that? That's a difference in the belief that they say Paul is saying. This belief says, follow me. This belief says obedience to me. This belief is an action word. He's getting on these brothers and sisters and the churches so that they can stop coming for hire and seek the word of God. Moses didn't give y'all that bread. The church that you going doing ain't providing that big barbecue you're going to. That's the Father from heaven doing that. Everything that we do, the Father puts it on our heart and have you doing this. Just like those birds fed Elijah. This is not what man doing, because Jesus, this very person say, without me, you can do nothing. So you really are not doing nothing. So you took and you wanted higher to get bread. This has always been there for his church, his wife. You would take the first one that hires. We're gonna go over to Hosea 2, and we're gonna point some of this behavior out because this is very clear. And we're gonna start getting into the relationship part of his wife. We're gonna walk it down for you. It's not a long lesson for my part, but it's a pretty thorough to show you what that wife is due. Start at verse 1. We're gonna read 1 through 10. So go ahead, brother.
Say ye unto your brethren, am I, and your sisters, Rahama, plead with your mother, plead, for she is not my wife, neither am I her husband. Let her therefore put away her whoredoms out of her sight, and her adulteries from between her breasts.
Did you hear that? He letting you know. And he been right here because I'm going to show you down later in this lesson to where he going to divorce the 9 tribes because God only deals with covenant. And if he didn't have a covenant with the people that's trying to teach you this stuff now, the world would not have a covenant that administers everything to them like the laws, which I said are tied to the whole world. But you still will have that covenant with that rainbow that you see. You would still have that circumcision covenant that he had with Abraham, that he is going to honor even later. You will still have that covenant that he put his laws in your head, brothers and sisters. Everybody, not just Israel. So that should tell you that if one person is his wife, you're going to be his wife too. So why are you acting like this? Go ahead, verse 3.
Lest I strip her naked, and set her as in the day that she was born, and make her as a wilderness, and set her like a dry land, and slay her with thirst, and will not have mercy upon her children, for they be the children of whoredoms.
Did you hear that, brothers and sisters? We're his wife. I need you to remember that. Paul always go back and tell you how he wants to present you to the Lord. This is what we are preparing for. And he's giving you a warning. He threatened you. He said, man, y'all act right. Don't go to all these different churches, Episcopalian, Catholic, Buddha. You in every religion except reading this Bible and following what I told you to follow. Follow, brothers and sisters. Go ahead, verse 5.
For their mother have played the harlot. She that conceived them have done shamefully. For she said, I will go after my lovers that give me my bread and my water, my wool and my flax, mine oil and my drink. Therefore, behold, I will hedge up thy way with thorns and make a wall that she shall not find her paths.
Did you hear what I just said where I had them read right there, brothers and sisters? Didn't Jesus say they're not coming here to see these miracles? They came because I fed them. And you got the same mentality right there, right now. He said, for their mother had played the harlot. She that conceived them have done shamefully. This is what you saying as a nation to him. For she said, I will go after my lovers that give me my bread and my water, that give me the material things, that give me praise when I come in there, they call me bishop. When they give me this stuff that walk by and you reverencing me and you see the pastor and you don't see the Lord. And then it's all on the line when somebody go and ask them to help them pay their bill. You see people online on TikTok everywhere. You know what? I've been going there 40 years. I needed some help with my light bill. They can't do that. How are they going to give you some money when you chose them? Because I will go after my lovers that give me my bread and my water and my drink and my wood. That's everything. Oh, my goodness. Go ahead, brother.
Verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
And she shall follow after her lovers, but she shall not overtake them. And she shall seek them, but shall not find them. Then shall she say, I will go and return to my first husband, for then was it better with me than now.
Ain't that what we do all the time? And he made it clear for that reason. When you divorce somebody, this Bible tells you with the physical marriage, if they go and touch somebody else, you cannot go back to them because they're defiled. And he said, you have tried to come back to him over and over and over again.
Man.
Instead of paying for, he's saying it right here. I will go and return to my first husband. Ain't that how y'all doing? Don't you know a lot of people that was in Muslim, they don't come to Jesus, they end up going and they become a Christian, or Muslims returning Christians now? And I ain't talking about the true original Christian. I'm talking about bouncing around from church to church. Before you know it, they at home mad at church. This is what we're talking about. You're not honoring your vows, your wedding vows. You know what your wedding vows is? The number 12 right here that we're dealing with. Thou shalt not. These are your vows.
That's right.
Go ahead, brother. Finish it up.
For she did not know that I gave her corn and wine and oil and multiplied her silver and gold, which they prepared for Baal. Therefore will I return and take away my corn in the time thereof, and my wine in the season thereof, and will recover my wool and my flax given to cover her nakedness.
See, this is what I'm telling you. Did he just say that so plain and clear that you can't make it up? That's why they need money for the people to pay their light bill and go and do something. And sometimes he'll do that to us as well, too, even when we're there. Just to remind you, a husband wants to feel appreciated. Ain't that right?
That's right.
He don't want you to go look for nobody else. You notice where he said right there? He said, all the corn and the wine and the gold and the silver, the money I gave her, I got her very healthy, pumped up. They bought gold and they prepared it for Baal. The Lord saying that. Verse 10.
And now will I discover her lewdness in the sight of her lovers, and none shall deliver her out of mine hand.
And none shall deliver her out of my hands. So we're going to go real quick because we want to go back to when he had you. Before he married you, you was in a desolate wilderness. He said that earlier there. He said you was naked and bare. And he put his skirt on you before he married you. In other words, when a man finds a good woman, when God finds a good group of people, he put his skirt over them. He put the clothes on them. He started giving them things. You walk in his commandments, he'll start taking care of you. He ain't going to make you rich, but you ain't going to be naked. He's not going to make you look like you on TV and people going to ask you for autographs, but you're going to be with a peace that passes your regular understanding, brothers and sisters.
Yes, sir.
So he said, you didn't know that I was doing this to you.
That's right.
Ezekiel 16, let's see your birthplace. Ezekiel 16. Let's see your birthplace, so he wiped how he found you when he took you. And see how you repay him back. We're going to bounce around back and forth from Ezekiel and Songs of Solomon in here for these next ones too. So Ezekiel 16, start at verse 4. Let's let the Lord tell you. Go ahead.
And as for thy nativity, in the day thou wast born, thy navel was not cut, neither wast thou washed in water to supple thee. Thou was not salted at all, nor swaddled at all. None I pity thee, to do any of these unto thee, to have compassion upon thee. But thou wast cast out in the open field, to the loathing of thy person in the day that thou wast born.
See, this is unbelievable how you do this. And this is title where we're going to go into right now. It's called God's extraordinary love. If you got a Bible that tells you all this. So listen to him describe his extraordinary love. Whoever translated this from whatever text it was in, they made a note that, man, he's taking care of these people. His church. Go ahead. 6.
And when I passed by thee, and saw thee polluted in thine own blood, I said unto thee when thou wast in thy blood, live. Yea, I said unto thee when thou wast in thy blood, live. I have caused thee to multiply as the bud of the field, and thou hast increased and waxen great. and thou art come to excellent ornaments. Thy breasts are fashioned, and thine hair is grown, whereas thou was naked and bare.
So listen to this, brothers and sisters. You can tell you these people because there's 40 million of you in the United States right here today. When you came here, it was 400,000. But that doesn't talk about the ladies that had abortions. And in our community, we had over 55 million abortions from the time that we came to this land to 1970. That's what we had, right? That's 55 million more Israelites of his kids. He got to raise up those two witnesses, got to come from among you. Who know if it was in that 55 million, brothers and sisters? This is how we treat them. He multiplied us great. He was still doing it if you would have killed all those babies without mercy. And they did a lot of it, hiding those pregnancies from their husband, just not caring. But this is the behavior what he did. Let's hear some more what he did to you. Go ahead.
Now when I passed by thee and looked upon thee, behold, thy time was the time of love, and I spread my skirt over thee and covered thy nakedness. Yea, I swear unto thee and enter into a covenant with thee, saith the Lord God, and thou becamest mine. Then washed I thee with water. Yeah, I thoroughly washed away thy blood from thee, and I anointed thee with oil.
Go ahead.
I clothed thee also with broidered work, and shod thee with badger skin, and I girded thee about with fine linen, and I covered thee with silk.
Do you hear this? Go ahead, brother.
I decked thee also with ornaments, and I put bracelets upon thy hands, and a chain on thy neck.
Go ahead.
And I put a jewel on thy forehead, and earrings in thine ears, and a beautiful crown upon thine head.
That's why we so used to hearing all that stuff. You hear, you see, even the gangbangers, they love to get themselves titled the prince, the king, the whatever it is, because we're accustomed to this. When you see the rappers on rappers, won't they be wearing them big chains on? What other nation does this? You remember these things. You know, people don't change. Did you know that? You're going to be the way you were, just like the Lord said, I don't change. I was saying yesterday, today, and tomorrow. So if you want to identify the people who love gold and material things, you should have known you made that golden calf there right in the sight of God and said, of feet, these be the gods that do us. You committed adultery right in his face.
Right then and now.
When he married you, you did it. And I'm going to let you know how easy he did it. Go ahead.
Thus was thou decked with gold and silver, and thy raiment was of fine linen and silk embroidered work. Thou didst eat fine flour and honey and oil, and thou wast exceeding beautiful, and thou didst prosper into a kingdom. And thy renown went forth among the heathen for thy beauty, for it was perfect through my comeliness, which I had put upon thee, saith the Lord God.
So listen to this. He said, I put the same beauty I had on me, I put it on you. Your renown went across the world because of the heathen. Do y'all know that that's why they have DMX them doing concerts in front of 200 million people, or Jay-Z them doing this, selling out shows? Even the people that's giving our kids sex and all this stuff on their TV and all these abominations, that's these people that their renown is still going across the world. They're giving them Oscars when they go in like Halle Berry and Monsters Ball, brothers and sisters. Denzel Washington made all type of movies, but he don't get an Oscar till he show you who y'all really is on Training Day, brothers and sisters. He said this comeliness I put on him because I put it on you, so you got to look just like him. Comely means beautiful. So let me show you that. Songs of Solomon, we're going to read verse 5, and then we're going to skip back to 2 and 3. Song of Solomon 1. We want to show you that comeliness that he said, because he said, through my comeliness that I put on you. And this is definitely him, because guess what? Ain't nobody else can put nothing on nobody but the Lord. It can't nobody else tell you that they look good but the Lord. So let's identify this comeliness. Verse 5.
I am black, but calmly, O ye daughters of Jerusalem, as the tents of Kedar, as the curtains of Solomon.
Did you just hear that? He let you know that was me but comely. This is Jesus talking here. And we're going to prove that to you without a doubt. Because we're going to be in here. We're going to go here. Just hold your marker here for a couple of times. We're going to show you that black but comely person is none other but Jesus. And that he put it on his church. He put it on you. Back up. Give me verse 2 and 3.
Let him kiss me with the kisses of his mouth, for thy love is better than wine. Because of the Savior of thy good ointments, thy name is as ointment poured forth. Therefore do the virgins love thee.
So he wants you to be a clean vessel, and he said, the virgins love thee. This same person that's talking that said he's black, is the same one who did that virgin, said he gonna have you, that the virgins love him. You know why he say that? Because the people like us that go there, that keep his Sabbath day, that keep his commandments, of course we love them. Everybody that keeping Jesus' commandments, you feeling good, you love Jesus. That's why Paul is mimicking this right here. Jesus talking, he was teaching you this. Let's go read it. 2 Corinthians 11. Because he said the virgins love thee, brothers and sisters. The virgins love thee. This is not no hard thing to do, brothers and sisters. You read this book, he'll show you this. You ask him what you want. You pray and fast, and he would do this. So let's listen to Paul talk about them virgins that love you. Because when we doing this work, we trying to clean you up so that you'll be prepared when the husband man comes, so that you can partake in that marriage. So you will get away from your whoredoms and your whoredoms. Go ahead, verse 1.
Would to God ye could bear with me a little in my folly, and indeed bear with me. For I am jealous over you with godly jealousy. For I have espoused you to one husband, that I may present you as a chaste virgin to Christ.
Did you see how that go? That's why he said the virgins love me to you. That's why Paul's writings are like they are, because he went over there and read where he said the virgins love thee. Yeah, they love you, Jesus. But instead, this is how they beat you with those other churches. Go ahead, 3 and 4.
But I fear, lest by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety, so your mind should be corrupted from the simplicity that is in Christ. For if he that cometh preaches another Jesus, whom we have not preached, or if ye receive another spirit which ye have not received, or another gospel which ye have not accepted, ye might well bear with him.
Brothers and sisters, did you hear what that is? So the war for the Lord's in the church and all of it. Remember they said when he walked away from that lady, he said that when them people was taking them, their conscience, because Satan was doing the same thing right there. He was in their conscience. That's why I pointed that out to you. And the same thing can happen to you if you want to do. If you want to be a chaste virgin that are going to be presentable to Jesus, you got to keep his law, statutes, and commandments. You cannot commit adultery from them. You got to heed to the words, thou shalt not. So let's make full proof. We're going to go right back to Song of Solomon, and we're going to read verse 4. You notice we read 2, 3, 4, and now we're going to read, and we read 5. Now we're going to read 4 so we can make sure you know that this is him. And then we're going to get into some of your whoredoms, brothers and sisters. Songs of Solomon. We're going to read verse 4. When you get there, go ahead.
Draw me. We will run after thee. The king have brought me into his chambers. We will be glad and rejoice in thee. We will remember thy love more than wine. The upright love thee.
Did he just tell you that? He said, the virgins love me. And he kept on saying, draw me. The king has sent me in the chambers. His father's the king. He's the only one that's sent. He keep giving you hints. Draw me. This is the Lord here talking to you, brothers and sisters. That same one, if you go down to that next verse that said, I am black, but comely. And I put that on you, brothers and sisters. But we're dealing with verse 4, draw me. He said, draw me. Let's go to St. John 6. St. John 6, let's make sure you know who that is over there. St. John 6. This is a very easy lesson to follow if you pay attention to it. St. John 6:43. When you get there, go ahead.
Jesus therefore answered and said unto them, murmur not among yourselves. No man can come to me except the Father which hath sent me draw him, and I will raise him up at the last day.
You see how clean that is? Did he tell you the process? Didn't he say the king has sent me into the chambers and he asked you to draw him? Ain't that the same black man that just said, I put that stuff on you? Him, brother, said, you can't make this up. You got to pay attention to this, what you're hearing right now, brothers and sisters. We're talking about a marriage that you're trying to take part in. Draw me. The Father is drawing you if you own stuff like the Men of God channel, brothers and sisters. You can't find this with 8 billion people in the world unless the Father is doing what this is telling you right now. Go ahead, brother.
It is written in the prophets, and they shall be all taught of God. Every man therefore have heard and have learned of the Father cometh unto me.
Didn't he just say it was written in the prophet? Didn't we just read that? He said it's written in the prophet. We just went to Song of Solomon in the prophet and showed you where he said that at. Draw me, we will run after thee. The upright love thee. So now let's get into some of these beautiful whoredoms that you pull. Because when he got you, you was naked and bare. He put his skirt over you. He put his beautifulness on you. And how did you repay him? Isaiah 1. Let's see. Isaiah 1. We're going to read 1 through 7. When you get there, go ahead.
The vision of Isaiah, the son of Amoz, which he saw concerning Judah and Jerusalem in the days of Uzziah, Jotham, Ahaz, and Hezekiah, kings of Judah. Hear, O heavens, and give ear, O earth, for the Lord hath spoken. I have nourished and brought up children, and they have rebelled against me.
So listen to this. What is the most rebellious nation? We can point that out. Have you ever seen any other nation that hosted a worldwide freak party called the Freaknik? Ever? This is God's bride. Have you ever seen it? They have did it in all type of spots across the world where they hosted what's called the Freaknik. Have you ever seen a group of people that drive Bentley and all these cars with their pants hanging down to their weights, and they even design them to fit them now? They put a belt on it and tie it around it and have them sagging on purpose, brothers and sisters. This is the church people. These are the people who was bringing that adulterous lady there to Jesus. Keep this stuff in mind. And this is what he's saying about you. Go ahead, verse 3.
The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doth not know, my people doth not consider. A sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken the Lord. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They are gone away backward.
Does this sound familiar? Did any of you all see the church when that graduation was there, when they was twerking and they was all over the place? It looked the same, reminiscent of the mountain. I put a video up about it. I set the mountain side by side, and I told you, I said, although there are Gentiles on that screen, but that's you, because the behavior still match. They had a video going around, and they said World War III could be going on. And they said, but this what black people be doing. They had the Israelites in a Soul Train line while the world was going on. They love flagons of wine. They love gold. And I'm seeing it to the point now where it's all out of control. Because when you remove these 10 commandments, starting with this adultery, you have gotten rid of your connection and you have said, thou shalt. Thou shalt. We can do whatever we want to do, Lord. We don't got to come to you no more. We don't need you. Go ahead.
Why shall ye be stricken any more? Ye will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick, and the whole heart faint. From the sole of the foot even unto the head, there is no soundness in it, but wounds and bruises and putrefying sores. They have not been closed, neither bound up, neither mollified with ointment.
Do you hear this, brothers? Listen, now this really is a mental health problem for a whole nation that he just described, brothers and sisters. This people that he described, their behavior doesn't seem seemly. You should see people shaking their head at them. Do you see? Can you see that? What nation is the whole head sick? Are you watching the girls with guns on these videos now? Are you watching the proms that they're going to and they got wads of money and everybody is cheering for them? Are you watching? They had a young man, he had on a prom outfit, but he had a long dress on that it go from the long tail on there, and he was doing that Rockaway run walk stuff. The whole nation is sick. Did you see a trend to where the young men are wearing skirts in Atlanta, where they're on the corners and they are doing this little drop low dance and doing all this stuff?
Yeah, terrible.
This is what I ain't mean to put 7 on there, so we gonna move on because we want to show you. He said from the whole nation is sick. We're gonna go to Hosea 4. We're gonna go to Hosea 4 because this gonna show you some of that behavior. Because that he put you in your land and your renown went out, church. Your renown went out around about to everybody. And so we want to point this out to you, how you behave when using your own land. Right. And if you had fringes on, you should have been able to look down and not do this. If you had your fringes on, and I ain't taking no shot at them because I don't care one way or another. If you serving the Lord, you trying to serve the Lord, you will come to this thing. I ain't mad at you taking no shots at your brothers and sisters. But I will tell you this, if you had them on, we can't hear it. Give me 1 and 2.
Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel, for the Lord have a controversy with the inhabitants of the land. There is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of God in the land. By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out, and blood toucheth blood.
Blood toucheth blood. Man, we under major attack, children of Israel. The church people are doing this. We under attack. They going in the churches right now doing it because the Lord has turned the heat up 7 times higher. And you're going to see that behavior here. I'm going to point your behavior out and show you your pedigree. And I'm going to show you who he's talking to. Remember, you are his wife, Ruamai. I just had the brother read that to you. Paul said he wanted to, if you do these commandments, you're going to stand before him like a chaste virgin. Jesus said, draw me, but you can't come to me unless thy Father sent me. Verse 4, what does that say?
Yet let no man strive, nor reprove another. For thy people are as they that strive with the priests.
So did you hear what he said? Don't no man reprove another. Remember the men was right there? They're accusing that woman caught in the very act. Wasn't them the priests?
Yep.
They were striving with the high priest right then and there. They were striving with the one that wrote this stuff down, brothers and sisters. This is their behavior. Why come we can't get this stuff? Drop down to verse 6 and go ahead.
My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy God, I will also forget thy children. As they were increased, so they sinned against me. Therefore will I change their glory into shame.
Do you hear him working? Do you hear what you see our kids? Did you say that you destroyed? Did he say your service as his wife, the priest, to give that covenant that he made with you, that renown that he went through on the forth? You on the news now. Your news is going back and forth for this reason. And he did just what he said. You got a few of y'all on TV that's doing this, but he even getting them too. Yeah. Even your ministers. They got one of y'all top ministers, they call him super bottoms. Are y'all watching this? And one of my daughters, know she said, I know you're gonna be mad at me, and I know you see all this stuff. I'm not gonna go to the Israel of God where you going. I'm gonna start off on Sunday with super bottom. I just said, leave out my house, baby. Go. This is what we want. We love this. We want to be seen with the fashion show, and then this is the church people. But let's hear him put it on some more. Go ahead, verse 8.
They eat up the sin of my people, and they set their heart on their iniquity. And there shall be like people, like priests, and I will punish them for their ways and reward them their doings.
So you hear that? This is the church people we talk, mind you. This is the priest. This is the adulterous wife. You're going to hear this. They building churches on all the high places on every corner right now, and he don't like it. Go ahead.
For they shall eat and not have enough. They shall commit whoredoms and shall not increase, because they have left off to take heed to the Lord. Whoredom and wine and new wine take away the heart.
Do you hear what they doing? They are going to everybody except their husband. I was a husband man to you. Mm-hmm. The Lord said I was a husband man to you. You paying for all of this whoredom. He's telling you this, brothers and sisters. Yep. This is what you're doing when you go to a Baptist, you go to a Jehovah's Witness, you go to a Buddha, you go to the Catholic, you go to the stuff Tina Turner was into. This is what you're doing. Verse 12.
My people ask counsel at their stocks, and their staff declare unto them. For the spirit of whoredoms have caused them to err, and they have gone a-whoring from under their God. They sacrifice upon the tops of the mountains, and burn incense upon the hills, under oaks and poplars and elms, because the shadow thereof is good. Therefore your daughters shall commit whoredom, and your spouses shall commit adultery.
Don't y'all see this happening in these churches everywhere? Yep. Hey. Yeah. Do y'all see that? Do y'all see what's happening? You going into churches, he tell you in other places that this is a shadow. He said that means it's not the real thing. Y'all understood it when it said it's a shadow of good thing to come when it was him, but you going to a shadow. A shadow, if you standing right there, the real thing is behind it, casting the shadow. Right. Brothers and sisters. Oh my goodness, where we going with where I say I got to go with this at? Because this is real crazy what he did. Drop down to 15.
Though thou, Israel, play the harlot, yet let not Judah offend, and come not ye unto Gilgal, neither go ye up to Bethaven, nor swear the Lord liveth. For Israel slideth back as a backsliding heifer. And now the Lord will feed them as a lamb in a large place.
So you hear this? Israel is the nation that he cut off. I'm going to show you the divorce. But he's still married to the ones that you see on TV that he's giving this lesson into our heads right now, brothers and sisters. He divorced the 9 tribes, but he never divorced them. He said, I'm married to you, Israel, and I'm going to show you that. Go ahead.
Ephraim is joined to idols. Let them alone. Their drink is sour. They have committed whoredom continually. Her rulers with shame do love. Give ye.
Do you hear this, brother? Says you can't make this up. This is the Lord talking to his church people. And he said, y'all building them high places on corners and doing it every time. I got someplace to go real quick outside the lesson to show you what's happening to you while y'all doing this. Isaiah 55, 1-3, real quick, before we jump right back into it. Isaiah 55, 1-3. That's an add-on. I know my nephew would get that up there real quick. Isaiah 55, 1, 2, 3. Because this is what the Lord telling you when you doing this on those churches on the corners, brothers and sisters. This is a very clean rip. I need y'all to hear this. This is what you're doing. 55, 1, 2, 3. Go ahead.
Ho, everyone that thirsteth, come ye to the waters, and he that have no money, come ye, buy and eat. Yeah, come, buy wine and milk without money and without price. Wherefore do ye spend money for that which is not bread, and your labor for that which satisfieth not? Hearken diligently unto me, and eat ye that which is good, and let your soul delighteth itself in fatness.
Go ahead.
Incline your ear, and come unto me. Hear, and your soul shall live. And I will make an everlasting covenant with you, even the sure mercies of David.
So he's letting you know, why are you going and paying tithes for that is not bread? Didn't I read you? He said Moses gave you that bread, but my father gave you the real bread. You're his wife. You can't go from up under him and think that everything's going to be all right. You're going to everybody but Jesus. Everybody but Jesus. Let's go back to Ezekiel 16. Let's go back to Ezekiel 16, brothers and sisters. Oh my goodness, this Lord, we got two more places to go after this. We're gonna do some reading to get this over so this prophet can come and finish off you all Sabbath with a bang the way we do. But we want you to hear this, because this is what we were doing to our husband, man. He presented you like a chaste virgin if you clean these words up. This is the series, Thou Shalt Not. You saying thou shalt. He said, you building these high places on every corner. You taking this money in there and you saying, what could these people give me? But they didn't reverse psychology on you. The pastors are getting on TV right now saying, we got a building fund going on. We need y'all, everybody to come in here. Don't y'all see them on the internet? Lock the doors and give me 40,000.
Yes, well.
They arguing to see how you can get a $4 million and $5 million church built while you being fleeced, but you still doing this behavior because he said that I put this comment on you. Look at that's what he said you doing. This going to identify you. Verse 20.
Moreover, thou hast taken thy sons and thy daughters, whom thou hast borne unto me, that these have thou sacrificed unto them to be devoured. Is this of thy whoredoms a small matter? That thou hast slain my children and delivered them to cause them to pass through the fire for them.
Y'all hear this? The Lord said these whoredoms, remember, you his wife and he treated like a comely woman. Let's go ahead. 22.
And in all thine abominations and thy whoredoms, thou hast not remembered the days of thy youth, when thou wast naked and bare, and was polluted in thy blood. And it came to pass after all thy wickedness, woe unto thee, saith the Lord God.
Do y'all understand how powerful it is when the Lord says, whoa, whoa, whoa? Now remember this, he told you that I'm married to you. Nobody else wanted you. None I pitied you. And all he told you to do is keep his law, statutes, and commandments. You looked at him and said, thou shalt do. And he said, all you got to do, and he said it in a sweet voice, thou shalt not. I'm going to treat you like a husband. I'm going to let your renown go out all over and over the place. You turn back from him and look at what you did. Go ahead.
That thou hast also built unto thee an eminent place, and hast made thee a high place in every street. Thou hast built thy high place at every head of the way, and hast made thy beauty to be abhorred, and hast opened thy feet to everyone that passed by, and multiplied thy whoredoms.
Can y'all believe this? On every street corner in your neighborhood, check it out. I don't care what country you in, because you looking for him and he ain't there. That's why you say, what religion is it? You have no certain dwelling place. You're a wanderer now, because you looking and searching and praying, playing the lottery, going to the boat. and giving everything you got to that pastor at that church. And he just said, why are you buying now that's not bread? Not only on the corner, you got liquor stores on the other corner, because there's 4 corners on the corner. Your son's is on one side of the street with his pants hanging down. Everybody dealing falsely. 25.
Read it again.
25, yep.
Thou hast built thy high place at every head of the way, and hast made thy beauty to be abhorred, and hast opened thy feet to everyone that passed by, and multiplied thy whoredoms.
Do you hear that? I needed y'all to hear that again, because y'all put a church on every corner, and y'all still doing it. Drop down to verse 30 and go ahead.
How weak is thine heart, saith the Lord God, seeing thou doest all these things, the working of an imperious, whorish woman, and that thou buildest thine eminent place in the head of every way, and makest thine high place in every street. And thou hast been as an harlot, and that thou scornest hire.
Do you hear this? This is God talking. This is God talking about you, brothers and sisters. The people that got a church on every corner, God is talking to you. And we trying to tell you, thou shalt not, the series. That's why this is important.
Yes, it is.
Go ahead, brother.
But as the wife that committeth adultery, which taketh strangers instead of her husband, they give gifts to all whores, but thou givest thy gifts to all thy lovers, and hirest them, that they may come in unto thee on every side for thy whoredom.
Don't you hear how God talk?
Man.
Don't y'all hear how God talk, brothers and sisters? He has to watch your behavior continually. It's been this way since Adam and Eve was in that garden, brothers and sisters.
Yes.
You've been easily deceived because you don't know the process of how those angels are getting in your mind that make you talk about your brother. Go on, take this woman up here and show her. But we're not going to bring the man. We're not going to have to. You are a man of God. Well, you don't have to be there. Wow. What if it was one of the pastors at the church or one of the priests that was there caught with the lady, brothers and sisters?
I said, wow.
This is what they giving y'all. You can't make this up. 34, go ahead.
And the contrary is indeed from other women in thy whoredoms, whereas none followed thee to commit whoredoms, and in that thou givest a reward, and no reward is given unto thee. Therefore thou art contrary.
You know what he just saying, y'all stupid? You going in there and giving all that money because you love that choir? How many of y'all that know that people go there because the choir got 100 members in the choir and they strong? They have choir shows going all the way around there, and the pastor come in and say, make sure that choir sing Jesus, lover of my soul, because that's their favorite song. And I said that because when I was in the Lutheran church, that was my favorite song in the hymnal. Jesus, lover of my soul. You are seduced when you hear this type of stuff, brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
You are seduced when you hear this, and it makes you act like an adulterous woman. And we're going to describe, we got 2 more places. We got Jeremiah 3, we're going to read 1 through 15, because we want you to see how he divorced the top people, but he left you. The Lord always give you a glimmer of hope. And then you know what? The whole world is riding on us. The whole world is riding on you, that if you getting this information and you know it. So notice when he talk about the 2 people, Israel, the northern tribe is the top, the 9 tribes. It's really 10, but Levi don't got no inheritance. So they always go with everybody. But then they went back with Benjamin and Judah and Levi. So guess what? You know, we have all this royalty right here. We don't know what we is. There's 3 of us on here. He could be from the tribe of Levi. He can be from the tribe of Judah. He can be from the tribe of Benjamin, me. You can have Paul, Moses, and God amongst you. This is your bloodline.
Wow.
Pay attention to this. This is what he gave you. That's why we know this stuff the way we do. Jeremiah 3. Go ahead and start at verse 1.
They said, if a man put away his wife, and she go from him and become another man's wife, shall he return unto her again? Shall not that land be greatly polluted? But thou hast played the harlot with many lovers, yet return again to me, saith the Lord.
Didn't I read that to y'all everywhere? Go ahead.
Lift up thine eyes unto the high places, and see where thou hast not been lean with. In the ways that hast thou set for them, as an Arabian in the wilderness, and thou wast polluted in the land with thy whoredoms and with thy wickedness.
Did y'all hear what he said? The Lord said, oh my God, man, this is unbelievable. He said, shall y'all return to me? Didn't I just read that to you? He said, y'all want to return to me like y'all ain't did nothing. This is these women, even in the marriage thing, they do this. They go and have a secret rendezvous, and they come in the house and cook for their husband like it's nothing. Didn't I just play to y'all that a man was at Greyhound and he came home and maybe his wife was sleeping with a beast? Did y'all? This is the whoredom that we talking about with this people, brothers and sisters. This is this is the Lord talking to you. This foul language that we hear right here, this is actually biblical. So don't he talk like a man that's not a pimp, but a mad husband?
Yeah.
Don't this sound like one of us talking? She come home, she been jigger flicking and messing around. This is how you gonna talk.
Yeah, you will.
Go ahead, brother.
Therefore the showers have been withholden, and there have been no latter rain. And thou hast a whore forehead. Thou refusest to be ashamed. Wilt thou not from this time cry unto me, my father, thou art the guide of my youth?
Did you hear this Lord talking right here? He said you got a full horse forehead. Buddha, Catholic, and he said that to you to let you know that you're going to take that mark in your right hand or your forehead. He's giving you a glimpse of the future, and he warning you, you got a horse forehead. You're not going to have my stuff sealed in here if you don't stop it, brother and sister.
That's tough.
He letting you know this real clear. That's that horse forehead. He talking with the whoredoms. He's warning you. Revelation 17. We'll see that. Go ahead, brother.
Will he reserve his anger forever? Will he keep it to the end? Behold, thou hast spoken and done evil things as thou couldest. The Lord said also unto me in the days of Josiah the king, hast thou seen that which backsliding Israel have done? She has gone up upon every high mountain and under every green tree, and there have played the harlot.
Listen, the 9 tribes. He said, I just read to you, Ephraim, that's them. Leave him alone. He didn't took with idols. He loved those calves. He loves those women. He loved sleeping with the people that's inside of the church, like I read to y'all the other day. Don't we see that right now today up in our churches?
Yes, sir.
Wow. Listen to what he said. Go ahead, 7.
And I said, after she had done all these things, turn thou unto me. But she returned not. And her treacherous sister Judah saw it. And I saw, for when all the causes whereby backsliding Israel committed adultery, I had put her away and given her a bill of divorce. Yet her treacherous sister Judah feared not, but went and played the harlot also. So
listen, brothers and sisters, he divorced them. You are watching it. Remember, I just said us 3 on here is from these drives. We still doing it. The evidence is look at our kids. Did I just describe to you out there shooting and doing this? It's only a few of us that see this thing. I hope my cousin then watching this that was on the phone with me, they gave me a migraine headache. I hope that my brother that went to high school with me that's in my inbox talking about that you don't have to keep God's law no more. God said, thou shalt not, and they are arguing with me. I'm grieved to hear these people. They got church people following them, and they saying, no, salvation has nothing to do with keeping the law. That's a doctrine of Satan. He's the pimp that's making you go out on your wife and your husband. Oh my God. You notice he did not take that other one away, right? You got something to say, Prophet?
Man, this thing just it's really nothing to say, bro. I'm gonna just let you keep going. I'll wait my turn.
Okay, go ahead, brother.
And it came to pass through the lightness of her whoredom that she defiled the land and committed adultery with stones and with stocks. And yet for all this, her treacherous sister, Judah, have not turned unto me with her whole heart, but vainly saith the Lord.
Lord, have mercy, Jesus. I want to show y'all something, because I think I looked in there and I still got this in here. He says y'all did this with rocks and all that stuff. Look at this. This is in my neighborhood. See that?
Wow.
That's the wood and stone that he's talking about.
Yep.
That's the wood and stone and the stocks. And if you can see on top of that, that's the little thing over there that say we wrote his name in Hebrew, English, and this. This is the king of the Jews. This is the king of the black people.
Yep.
Right there. That's the one that said he's comely, that they impersonate. Not this guy here. This is who you love.
Right. Another Jesus.
That's the other one we just read to you that you're being beguiled for. What are you doing drawing images? I had some of you boy told me that last night. Go ahead, brother.
In verse 7, he said, and I said, after she had done all these things, turn thou unto me. But she returned not, and her treacherous sister Judah saw it.
We watching this stuff.
Like you got a wife, she done went out doing all kind of stuff, and you willing to forgive her. You say, look, baby, I love you. I want this to work. She just say, yeah, okay. Let me take a shower. And then, you step away and she going back. This is crazy.
Do you see it?
Yes.
Go ahead, brother.
And the Lord said unto me, the backsliding Israel have justified herself more than treacherous Judah. Go and proclaim these words toward the north, and say, return thou backsliding Israel, saith the Lord, and I will not cause mine anger to fall upon you. For I am merciful, saith the Lord, and I will not keep anger forever.
Do you hear that? I want y'all to pay attention to this, because the Lord is so merciful. And it reminds me of a bunch of lights, and they are almost out. And we're hanging by some real dim lights, and he got to leave them on for everybody else sake that you come out of this mess that you're dealing with. He giving you the answers right here. Go ahead, brother.
Only acknowledge thine iniquity, that thou hast transgressed against the Lord thy God, and hast scattered thy ways to the strangers under every green tree. And ye have not obeyed my voice, saith the Lord. Turn, O backsliding children, saith the Lord, for I am married unto you, and will take you one of a city and two of a family, and will bring you to Zion.
Did you just hear what he said? Out of all that stuff, he got rid of them other people for your sake. You are what's left. And you look at what our young men, we don't teach our kids nothing. They start at 2 years old with the phones and the iPads and YouTube, porno movies, even the worst type of porn that they use, which is Disney, by the way, if y'all didn't know it. They make their stuff rated X, and you ain't watching because you see the colors and the beautiful thing. They changing the characters to homosexuals. They're doing all type of stuff, and you can't even see it. By the time you do that, you are comfortable in adultery. You are comfortable in sin. And even through all that, He said, I am married to you.
Mhm.
He is still my husband. And look at what we're doing.
That's crazy.
We commit adultery. Thou shalt not. The series, adultery. You are hearing it. We got one more verse. Go ahead. This is what he gonna do if you turn around from seeing this video. You go to the Israel of God or someplace like this that's gonna teach you this stuff. Verse 15.
And I will give you pastors according to mine heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding.
That's the only way. Don't lean on your own understanding. He said that to you right there, real quick and clear. Let's go to our last place, Ecclesiastes 9, and we're going to do some reading to just get this over with real quick so the prophet can come on in and do a clean rip. You got something you saying, prophet? I see that your head is looking.
Man, this thing is just amazing, man. Just how the Lord, like you say, how he talking to us like an angry husband, like y'all some filthy whores.
Yes, he said those words.
That's what he said.
He said those words. Wow.
Man.
Wow, 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 wow. Go ahead, 1 through 3. I'm trying to get there.
For all this I considered in my heart, even to declare all this, that the righteous and the wise and their works are in the hand of God. No man knoweth either love or hated by all that is before them. All things come alike to all. There is one event to the righteous and to the wicked, to the good and to the clean and to the unclean, to him that sacrificeth and to him that sacrificeth not. As is the good, so is the sinner, and he that sweareth as he that feareth an oath.
Go ahead.
This is an evil among all things that are done under the sun, that there is one event unto all, yea, also the heart, and the sons of men is full of evil, and madness is in their heart while they live, and after that they go to the dead.
And this is real clean, brothers and sisters. This is the clean, it's just a clean rip. Go ahead, verse 5 and 6.
For the living know that they shall die, but the dead know not anything, neither have they any more reward, for the memory of them is forgotten. Also their love and their hatred and their envy is now perished.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Wait a minute. I might have been doing so much writing. I wrote down the wrong thing because this ain't what I want to end it on. 1 second. Let me see. Show you how bad that spirit be working in your mind. You can hear it right away.
Mm-hmm.
Right away.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the wrong spot.
Mm-hmm.
You want that?
I want Proverbs 9.
Yeah. Let's see.
To make sure.
No, I don't think that's it either.
I don't know how I just got to there. I went totally. But was it 8? Wait a minute. No, it ain't 8. 11, baby. This is not it. Hold on, please. That is something. But that is not it. It started off with something totally different. Let me look at my other phone and tell me real quick. So that was not it. This is a door popper. That was not what I was looking for. And I won't be able to see it. Mm-hmm. It was in that wisdom chapter. I know it was. Give me 1 second. I can't believe I wrote down the wrong thing. Wow. It happens to the best. It happens to the best of us. But I know what I had was gonna make you say, "Wait a minute." The Lord He's so merciful. I actually give it back to me right now because this is crazy. You can be get ready to get his wisdom of wisdom is verse of me. Proverbs 9 up to 2. She has simple recognized places for his company. Take the food and then go home. And she left her husband. No. What's the last verse? Nope. 22 and 28. I do not have it in there. I don't know what I wrote down. Avoided it. Okay. It's Ecclesiastes 5. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Wow. It's Ecclesiastes 5. What did I get 9 from? Ecclesiastes 5. Thank you, Lord, for getting it back. Wow. I knew something was wrong. 1 through 3.
Keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of God.
I'm sorry. Proverbs 5. Proverbs 5. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
22, 20. Yeah, Proverbs 5. That's what it was.
Okay.
Go ahead. 1 through 3.
My son, attend unto my wisdom, bow thine ear unto my understanding, that thou mayest regard discretion, and that thy lips may keep knowledge.
Go ahead.
For the lips of a strange woman drop as a honeycomb, and her mouth is smoother than oil.
Don't be, that's them pastors, and that's these preachers preaching to you, brothers and sisters. This is what they doing. Go ahead, verse 5 and 6.
Her feet go down to death, her steps take hold on hell. Lest thou shouldest ponder the path of life, her ways are movable, that thou canst not know them.
Verse 9.
Lest thou give thine honor unto others, and thy years unto the cruel.
11 and 12.
And thou mourn at the last, when thy flesh and thy body are consumed, and say, how have I hated instruction, and my heart despised reproof.
You hear that? You don't want to be told nothing, brothers and sisters.
Nope.
You don't want to be told nothing.
Sure don't.
22 and 23.
His own iniquity shall take the wicked himself, and he shall be holden with the cords of his sins. He shall die without instruction, and in the greatness of his folly he shall go astray.
Yeah, I'm going to land it right there, brothers and sisters.
Wow. Hey, man. Man, how the Lord just showed you to put that thing together like that, man, showing us as a nation, how the Lord called, man.
That's unbelievable that stuff is in there.
A whole nation of people, he looks as a wife.
That's correct.
One wife.
Mm-hmm.
And all this idolatry, whether it's worshiping false gods, whether you breaking any one of these commandments, you have committed adultery. That's what we finna see right now. Because see, the Lord saying that James, what's that? James chapter 2, he say, look, you know, he say, the whole thing is you commit this adultery, and is it something that's you can liken it to, like you keep doing, Brother Duran, you can liken it to what we know as husbands and wives.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord looking at this thing, he looking at a nation of people like we are his wife. Even if you a man, even if you a woman, you still the Lord's wife. And in order to be a honest wife, he said he done cleaned us up, put the earrings on you, put the nice dress on you, and you go out and you go a whoring and come back to him and try to lay down in the bed with him. Just even lay up with him, just get in the shower and just have your way. And he said he accepts you back, but you just keep doing this thing. But we're going to look at this thing because the Bible says in James chapter 2, it say, man, if you broke one of these commandments, you broke all of them.
Wow.
And that's what we're going to see about this adultery. How can I break all the commandments and I'm just doing adultery? What they say on that movie Juice, yeah, we robbed them, but we ain't kill them, no.
Oh,
But
man.
you, old man Quillis, but you did, though. And we're going to see
Wow.
that with plainness of speech, y'all. So for my time on this, we're going to start this out in Matthew chapter 5, verse 27. This to give you an introduction of what the Lord say this adultery is. Let's look at what Jesus say about this adultery. How people run around with this thing, man. And why would we put forth a lesson like this? Because the Bible said that whoever keeps these commandments and teach men to do so will be called the greatest in the kingdom. 5 and 27, my brother. When you get there, go ahead and read.
Ye have heard that it was said by them of old time, thou shalt not commit adultery. But I say unto you, that whosoever looketh on a woman to lust after her have committed adultery with her already in his heart.
He did it already in his heart. So we're going to take it. I'm hitting a different angle of it. Like I said, Duran did an excellent lesson showing you how Israel as a whole, now I'm going to deal with it. We're going to deal with it on an individual basis, right? For all men, any man, whether he's black, white, whatever, Mexican, Chinese, or whatever, if you have lusted after her, you looking on and you lusting after this woman, or if sister doing this with a brother, you done already committed this thing in your heart, in your mind. Let's look a little bit deeper into this. Let's go to Proverbs chapter 4. Let's go to our next spot. Proverbs 4 and 23. Proverbs 4 and 23. Just that one verse. When you get there, Brother Daniel, can you read that?
Keep thy heart with all diligence, for
Uh-huh.
out of it are the issues of life.
Yes. Yes. Out of it flow the issues of life, y'all. So we got to keep our heart with all diligence, because it said whoever lusts in his heart, he already committed sin. So that's why you got to be real diligent with your heart, with your mind. Hold on. What am I thinking about? What am I doing? Is this one of God's commandments that I'm breaking? Would I want someone to do this to my wife? See, the best way to really check yourself is to see, would I want somebody to do this to me? Would I want somebody to do this to my wife? Would I want someone to say this about me? Would I want someone to laugh at me, joke about me, tease me, rob me, steal me from all that? You know, you got to really just ask yourself this. But if you don't ask yourself this, maybe it's because you've been blinded by the God of this world and you don't see nothing wrong with the stuff that you're doing. You don't think you're committing adultery. How am I committing adultery? By just doing that. That's what I say. If you break one of them, you break all of them. But we're going to get to that, though. Let's go to our next spot. We're going to go to James chapter 1. We're going to James chapter 1 because what we're going to do right here is this said, keep thy heart with all diligence, because out of it flow the issues of life. So you got to keep your heart. Be careful what you're thinking, because out of it, you're going to do something. So you're going to have a thought. It's going to lead to sin. And then the sin is going to lead to death. You see how it progresses? Let's look at this, man. How do I get tempted? Why would God do that to me? It said what? It said you gonna get. It said once you the lust is conceived and you tempted. But why would God do that to me? Let's see if this is God doing this to you though. James 1 and 14. Go ahead, brother.
But every man is tempted when he is drawn away of his own lust and enticed. Then when lust have conceived, it bringeth forth sin. And sin when it is and sin when it is finished, bringeth forth death.
It progresses. You get the thought, you've been thinking about it, then you do it. Now that's the sin. Now, sin after that's done, it's gonna bring forth death. But every man is tempted when he's drawn away of his own lust. That's when you get tempted. When you act on the lust, you're drawn away of it. You've been seduced, brothers and sisters. You've been seduced. And now you're drawn away of your own lust. Then you got tempted. And it said, but every man is tempted when he is drawn away his own lust and enticed. So that means you were enticed, you were persuaded, you were seduced to do this. You were seduced to commit adultery. Yeah. Well, how was I seduced, committed adultery, Brother Stephen? The woman never said nothing to me. No, it was Satan dealing with you in your mind. Though we fear by least by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve, so that your minds should not be corrupted from the simplicity that's in Christ. Like he did Eve. He do it with every man. You get tempted, you get drawn away. Oh, I see now. When she saw that it was good for food and pleasant to the eyes, desirable to make one wise, and she ain't had to physically be looking at it, she looking at it on the inside. That's how we look at it on the inside. Oh, I bet you she look like this when she take them clothes off. I bet you it's like this. I bet you she probably sound like, or whatever the case may be, you get drawn away of your own lust, your own stinking thinking, make you go ahead and do the thing. Then the wages of it is death.
Man.
Let's go into this. Let's go to 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 4. Because you got to get the wicked cast down all the wicked thoughts. Because if you don't cast down the wicked thoughts, you're going to act on them. And once you act on them, like we just said, it's going to become sin. And after that, it's going to become death. 2 Corinthians 10 and verse 4, my brother. Go ahead.
For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalteth itself against the knowledge of God, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Christ.
You got to do every thought. I'm finna walk to the store and go get some milk. Every thought. Okay, is this lawful? Okay, yes, it's lawful. Every thought to the obedience of Christ. Every thought that you have to look at it. Is this lawful though? Make sure I ain't breaking God's law. Mm-hmm. Every thought, casting down imagination. Could you be imagining things, thinking things about your brother, thinking things about the sister, wicked things, lustful things, or things that are concerning breaking the commandments? And like I told you, like the Bible told you in James chapter 2, and it's going to tell you, we're going to close out with it, but I'm going to keep referencing it. If you break one, you broke all of them. You break one, you broke all of them, and we're going to show you that in this lesson. Go ahead and we're going to go to our next spot. And now the next spot is 1 Kings chapter 22, because we got to look into how does this temptation, how does this adultery start? Let's look at how it starts. It starts in the mind. That's why we just said we got to cast down every wicked imagination. But who is planting this thought in my mind? Am I just thinking it up myself? Am I getting a little help with this? Because it said you getting enticed. Who's enticing you? I never seen nobody this entice themselves. Someone usually entices someone. We're going 1 Kings 22, pick it up in verse 21, and we're going to read to 22, my brother. When you get there, go ahead.
And there came forth the Spirit and stood before the Lord and said, I will persuade him. And the Lord said unto him, wherewith? And he said, I will go forth, and I will be a lying spirit in the mouth of all his prophets. And he said, thou shalt persuade him and prevail also. Go forth and do so.
You're going to persuade him. That's another word for entice, brothers and sisters. We could have went to 2 Chronicles chapter 18 and read this same situation with Ahab. It's going to be the same exact situation. They're going to change one word. They're going to say, entice him. They're going to say entice, but right here it's going to say persuade. On your own time, you can go to 2 Chronicles and look up chapter 18, and you're going to see, I think it's about verse 18 too. And it's going to say, entice him. I'm going to go forth and be a lying spirit and entice him. So it's a lying spirit. What's a spirit, brothers and sisters? These are angels that are doing this. Yeah. They come up, they God's ministering spirits. They come to tell you something. One of them said, hey, I'll go forth and be a lying spirit in all the mouth of his prophets. I'm going to entice him. So you getting the angel is persuading you, is enticing you. Hey, man, you know to get into this adultery, whether it be adultery on a big stage or going dealing with other gods, or adultery even in your household, you going to deal with other women, or your wife going to deal with other men. Let's go to our next spot. John 13 and 2, because we got to look at this. It's an angel that's putting things in the minds of men and women. And this is just the truth. Now, you make your own choice whether you're going to do it. Yeah, these angels ain't making you do nothing. but they persuade you and they entice you and they seduce you. Let's read about it. John 13:2. Go ahead, my brother.
And supper being ended, the devil having now put into the heart of Judas Iscariot, Simon's son, to betray him.
Because he put in the heart, that's his mind. Satan did it. Satan is an angel. He put it in the heart of him. So now it's enticing him, it's persuading him to do what? To betray Jesus. But he worked for God, though. That's what we got to understand. So that's God making him do this. God telling Satan to put it in his heart. If you really want to get to the depthness of it, brothers and sisters, why? Because him and the Father had sweet counsel together for all this to happen. So it's some understanding you got to have with this. But on the clean side, supper being ended, the devil having now put in the heart of Judas Iscariot. Yeah, angel be putting the thought in your head to do that adultery. That's adultery. You're gonna betray the Lord. That's adultery. You supposed to be married to him, like the brother just pointed that out. You supposed to be his wife. You finna betray him. Come on, man. It's a clean rip. Let's go to 1 Timothy 4:1. Let's move through this because we finna stack some up and show them how all of these commandments are tied together. Let's do this one verse. 1 Timothy 4:1, because I'm heavy on this enticing and being persuaded. Let's read 4:1.
Now the Spirit speaketh expressly, in that the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils.
Expressly at the latter times. It's speaking expressly tonight on this lesson that we dealing with adultery. But look at this, as we read how it's speaking expressly at the latter times. That some might go away from this thing, giving heed to seducing spirit. That's how it works. It's gonna go through your brother or your sister, entice them and seduce them to have some type of malice or strife or whatever with you. Now you pick up on, you say, oh, they got malice or strife with me. They want to play like that. Now both of y'all going back and forth now, but you just been seduced into this trap. You've been seduced to commit adultery against your brother, against your God, against your wife, against your. You see how this is? It's a ripple effect, brothers and sisters. It's a ripple effect. But the whole thing, what it say? It said giving heed to seducing spirits. We just read Ahab said that they had a spirit that was going to go entice somebody. And then I told you in Chronicles, it says it's going to persuade it. And then we just read how Judas Iscariot, supper being ended, that Satan put in the heart of him to betray. So now we're dealing with these angels that's influencing us. So we're under the influence of wicked angels. That's why we got to cast down every imagination that try to exalt itself above God, brothers and sisters. Because you're getting it from the wicked, and Satan giving it to you. And you taking it and then you do it. Genesis 3:6, my brother. We're going to go to the garden and look at where it all started at. There ain't nothing new on the sun. He ain't just start like after Adam and Eve. Like after Adam and Eve, yeah, this is what we're going to start doing. No, this happened from the beginning. Like, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead and read 3:6, my brother.
And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and the tree to be desired to make one wise, she took of the fruit thereof and did eat. And gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat.
Yeah, gave her husband with her, and he did eat. That's what we read, and that's what that say. But look at what else it said. And when the woman saw the tree was good for food, see, because this tree of knowledge of good and evil is dealing with her the same way it's dealing with everybody else, enticing, persuading, seducing. And when you get enticed, persuade, and seduce, it's something that's going on in your mind, brothers and sisters. Let's make it make sense. This is how the adultery starts. This is how he finna get her to cheat on her husband with her. Cheat on her God that just made her from her husband. And Adam going right along with it, he did it too. Committed adultery. She committed adultery. Adam committed adultery, but it's Satan that's putting in the heart of them to get them to do it, just like how he did it with Judas. See that? This is what he do. This is how it happens. This is how adultery starts in the mind. We got to cast down every wicked imagination. Eve, you got to cast down the wicked imagination. Well, how you know she was imagining, brother Stephen? Because we reading this thing. Let's keep going. Let's look at something. Let's look at our brother David, man. Because let's see if it started in his mind too. Because I just want to make sure it's starting in the mind so we know where to kill it at, where we can go attack it at, get rid of it. Because it might don't start in the mind for everybody, Maybe just some people, God do that. But the Bible says he's no respecter of person. So he going, man, come on. Let's go to 2 Samuel chapter 11. They got verse 2, but let's pick it up at verse 1. 2 Samuel 11 and 1, and we're going to go to 2. Go ahead, my brother.
And it came to pass, after the year was expired, at the time when kings go forth to battle, that David sent Joab and his servants with him and all Israel, and they destroyed the children of Ammon and besieged Rabbah. But David tarried still at Jerusalem.
He's still at Jerusalem. Go ahead. Go ahead.
And it came to pass in an evening tide that David arose from off his bed and walked upon the roof of the king's house. From the roof he saw a woman washing herself, and the woman was very beautiful to look upon.
Now, when you start doing stuff like this, brothers and sisters, you sitting here, you see a beautiful woman, and she's very beautiful for you to look upon. What you start to do is you start to imagine certain things. And you're probably not imagining keep the commandment things with her when you're looking at her like that. You know, you imagining the opposite things, right? And we know what David is about to do. We're going to read about it, but we're just getting into it. I just want to show that thing. This is where it starts at in the mind, brothers and sisters. It's starting in the mind of David right there. That's where it started. We'll be right back to David. Let's go now to our next spot. And I want to point something out with this because it's this adultery that's before God. And it's like I say, it starts in the mind, man, but we just gonna keep looking at this. Let's go to 1 Peter 5 and 8. And you could go ahead and read it.
Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour.
You got to be sober-minded, brothers and sisters. You can't be spiritually drunk. You can't be too physically drunk. Because you might be too physically drunk and you're not even casting down imagination. You're like, yeah, I'm going to do it. You got to be spiritually sober. You got to know what thus say the Lord say concerning this stuff. How this stuff starts in the mind. How the first man and woman, it started in their mind. So that you know how to battle this thing. Sin is an addiction. We got to battle this addiction that we didn't have so long. An addiction of adultery. People be addicted to it. But let's look at it. Let's go to our next spot. Let's go to Matthew. It should be chapter 4, verse 1. We're going to read through 11. Because it's the same thing. We just steady pointing this thing out and we're going to bust it open a little bit more. Matthew 4, 1 through 11. Go ahead and read, Brother Daniel.
Then was Jesus led up of the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil. And when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, he was afterward a hungered. And when the
Okay, so I want to point something out here. Jesus was led up of the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil. Brothers and sisters, we have to understand when we read this Bible, it's always talking about spiritual and physical. A lot of instances, a lot of times, is you in a situation in this Bible, it's a physical aspect to it, and it's a spiritual aspect. Sometimes we only see the spiritual, sometimes we only see the physical, and we miss the fullness thereof. But right here, it just said in form 1, he was led up of the Spirit. Also, this is something that's going on in his mind. It's not he being led up physically. Let's look at this. And he said, and when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, he was afterward a hunger. Some people just fast during the daytime, but he did it days and nights. He had to have been really hungry. Look at this. Go ahead and read the next one.
And when the tempter came to him, he said, if thou be the Son of God, command that these stones be made bread.
Hold on for a second, brother. And then it said, let me point this out too. He was fasting 40 days, and it said that he was being tempted of the devil while he was going through this fast. being tempted to break the fast, being tempted to just fall off this thing, being tempted, being seduced, being because he say you are tempted when you're drawn away at your own lust. But the devil said he's trying to give him the tempt. But Jesus is not going to be drawn away at no lust. You can't tempt God, and God tempts no man, and you can't tempt him. But go ahead and keep reading.
But he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God.
That's how you fight it. You got to fight it with what's written. That's how you kill adultery in your mind. You got to fight it with what's written. Keep going.
Then the devil taketh him up into a holy city, and setteth him on the pinnacle of the temple, and said unto him, if thou be the Son of God, cast thyself down, for it is written, he shall give his angels charge concerning thee, and in their hands they shall bear thee up, lest at any time thou dash thy foot against a stone.
The thing is, most people see this and they think that like the devil is standing in front of him talking to him. No, it's the same way how he entered into the heart of Judas Iscariot. It's the same way that your minds don't be corrupted from the simplicity that's in Christ, though we fear by any means, like Eve, that it happened. Same thing how it's happening with Jesus. He gonna put you through the same thing he go through is gonna be the same thing for everybody. He dealt every man the same measure of faith, and he gonna try you the same way. He's no respect of a person, and he gonna go through it the same way too, so he can bear witness to what man got to deal with, and he tell the Father and let him know, okay, yeah, this thing, But now I'm gonna say, keep going though.
Jesus said unto him, it is written again, thou shalt not tempt the Lord thy God.
Keep going.
Again, the devil taketh him up into an exceeding high mountain, and showeth him all the kingdoms of the world and the glory of them.
You cannot tempt the Lord your God, and we can't be tempted of God. No man is tempted of God. We're only tempted when we're drawn away of our own lust. Jesus told him, you can't tempt the Lord your God. God will not be drawn away of his own lust. He don't have no lust. He got all law. Keep going, brother.
And saith unto him, all these things will I give thee, if thou wilt fall down and worship me.
Go ahead.
Then saith Jesus unto him, get thee hence, Satan, for it is written, thou shalt worship the Lord thy God, and him only shalt thou serve.
Go ahead.
Then the devil leaveth him, and behold, angels came and ministered unto him.
So the devil left his mind. Now the other angels come and they minister to him. You see this? It's important that we get an understanding on how these angels working with us and how the Lord uses these ministering spirits to tell us things. A minister tells you something, teaches you something, whether it be good, whether it be evil, whether it be false, or whether it be true. This is where the adultery starts at in your heart, brother and sister. That's where it started. Now we're gonna open it up a little bit more. So now we just saw that even Jesus had to go through this thing. He was being tempted to be drawn away of some lust, but he don't got no lust. He not finna cheat on God the Father. And he's not gonna never leave or forsake us. He's not gonna cheat on you neither. Let's go into this, man. 1 Kings chapter 11.
Wow.
1 Kings chapter 11. We're gonna look at someone who how this lust, man, mess you up. 1 Kings 11:4. Go ahead and read.
For it came to pass, when Solomon was old, that his wives turned away his heart after other gods, and his heart was not perfect with the Lord his God, and was the heart of David his father. For Solomon,
so what's taking place right now, brothers and sisters? We're going to show you now, with plainness of speech, how this adultery is connected with breaking each one of the commandments. This is the first spot that we're starting at, and we're going to see how this adultery got a hold of Solomon and made him break a commandment that God set forth. And what did he say? Thou shalt make no graven images. Watch this. Let's look at this. Go ahead to keep reading.
For Solomon went after Ashtoreth, the goddess of the Zidonians, and after Milcom, the abomination of the Amorites.
He going after women that are abominations unto the Lord. He going after women who are just plain nasty. You going after women where we're reading the Bible, the Lord even called them whores. It's plain nasty. Go ahead and read it.
And Solomon did evil in the sight of the Lord, and went not fully after the Lord, as did David his father.
He ain't going fully after the Lord because he's dealing with these other, he got lust for these women, and he want to help them with their gods and stuff. You're not fully in this thing with God, though. So if you're not fully, so you got a wife, man, and she not fully with you, then who you with the other time when you ain't fully with me? Keep going.
Then did Solomon build a high place for Shamash, the abomination of Moab, in the hill that is before Jerusalem, and for Molech, the abomination of the children of Ammon.
Man, so he built a high place for Shamash, the abomination of Moab, in a hill that is before Jerusalem. You didn't set up and built something. You didn't made something. The Lord say, don't be making no image. Don't be setting up no idols. Don't be setting up no bogus altars or none of this stuff. But this is what this lust of him loving these women and being drawn under all these concubines and wives, but it got him breaking other commandments. But we're going to look at this. We're going to, let's move around. So we see that Solomon, he didn't set up and he pretty much doing some graven image stuff. Let's go to Romans chapter 2 and 22 right now, though. Because where did these nations get this from, man? Where did everybody get this? Where did the world get it from? Where did the world get all of this wickedness, this adultery from? Who taught the world to do adultery? We're going to Romans chapter 2. When you get there, pick it up at verse 22. And I also have we got a clip to go along with this. You think we should put it up before or after?
Now after.
Okay, let's go ahead and read this. Romans 2 and 22. Go ahead.
Thou that sayest a man should not commit adultery, dost thou commit adultery? Thou that abhorrest idols, dost thou commit sacrilege?
And we asking the people that's dealing with the law. We asking the people that's teaching the teachers, people that's dealing with bringing forth the law and these commandments. You telling people don't commit adultery, but do you commit adultery? Man, if you broke the least of one of these commandments, you commit adultery. But we're going to show you that, though, how they all tied together. Because you might say, I ain't never committed adultery. I love my wife. Okay, but you a wife too. And do you love your husband? And if you're not keeping these commandments, you committed adultery. Keep going.
That thou makest thy boast in the law. Through breaking the law, dishonorest thou God. For the name of God is blasphemed among the Gentiles through you, as it is written.
Through you? Through who? Through us, through Israel. It's blasphemed. It's so blasphemed. What does that mean? Now, God's name is taken in vain. Through you. Go ahead and put that clip up for us. Let's look at this. Through you, they say this. This is what the Gentiles say about your God. The Bible can be your guide, but not my shackle. They don't want to be prisoners of Christ. They want to be prisoners of the world. It said the word of God is blasphemed among the Gentiles through you, brothers and sisters. Because we taught the wicked their ways. We taught them that stuff, man. He say the Bible can be your guide, but not my shackle. Man, they got I was in the store one day. They had a shirt in there. It said, God forgives, I don't. They want almost $100 for this shirt. I'm like, man, please, I wouldn't buy that for $1. For a penny.
Put the other one up.
The whole thing is, you blaspheming God, they go to the other one. The Bible can't be trusted. That's crazy. You see, we taught them this, brother. That's what we just read in 24. For the name of God, which is Jesus, is blasphemed among the Gentiles through you. And it say his name is greatly used among the Gentiles, but it's blasphemed. You doing this whole thing, it's all in vain, brother.
Wow.
As it is written. That thing is written. It ain't us saying it. Let's go to our next spot. Let's go to Ezekiel 22 and verse 8. Let's look at something. Let's look at Israel a little bit more. Let's look at our people. Let's look at us. Because we got to look at us as a nation, and even more seriously, we got to look at our behavior. Examine yourself. Examine yourself to see if you are an adulterer. Because you might be. Yeah, you might be an adulterer, man. Yep. A cheater. A covenant breaker.
Wow.
Ezekiel 22, verse 8. Go ahead, my bro.
Thou hast despised mine holy things. Thou hast profaned my Sabbaths.
Yes. Let's stop for a second. So now we're on the fourth commandment. We're on the Sabbath. This
Wow.
adultery affects the Sabbath day, but we're going to see it. Keep going.
In thee are men that carry tails to shed blood, and in thee they eat upon the mountains. In the midst of thee they commit lewdness.
Wow.
Read that next verse.
In thee have they discovered their father's nakedness. In thee have they humbled her that was set apart for pollution.
Wow.
They humbled her to set apart for pollution on the Sabbath.
Woo. We.
Keep going.
And one have committed abomination with his neighbor's wife, and another have lewdly defiled his daughter-in-law.
Oh
And
my God.
another in thee have humbled his sister, his father's daughter.
Lord have
On the
mercy.
Sabbath, thou hast despised my holy things and have profaned my Sabbaths.
Oh.
This adultery is, you break one, you're going to break all of them.
Wow.
You broke the Sabbath because of adultery.
We.
Rebel, stiff-necked, rebellious people. Israel, this is what we do. The priests, this is what we've done. This is what they do now. Some of us, most of us, half the time, some of the time. Let's go to our next spot because we're still dealing with these commandments. We're going to show you how this adultery is affecting each one of these commandments. It breaks each one of them. If you break each one of these commandments, if you're dealing with this stuff, man.
Wow.
If you say, oh no, I be keeping the Sabbath, I didn't commit adultery, but then I came and kept the Sabbath. Man, it's gonna catch up with you. It's gonna dawn on you. Let's go to we going to this is Genesis right here. I can't even read my writing almost. Genesis 35. Pick it up in verse 22. Because now we're gonna look at this. We're gonna look at Reuben real quick. We gotta look at what this adultery brings forth. Let's look at Reuben. 35, verse 22. Go ahead and read.
And it came to pass when Israel dwelt in that land that Reuben went and lay with Bilhah, his father's concubine, and Israel heard it. Now the sons of Jacob were 12.
So what happened to honoring our father and our mother? You
Wow.
laid with your father's concubine. You done just broke that commandment. Adultery made you break the commandment of honoring your father and your mother.
Wow.
Clean rip, Deron.
It's super clean.
You can't call foul. Give us this rock. Give us the rock. The rock is Christ. We got him.
Wow.
Because y'all playing with it. You committed adultery, and then at the same time, you broke the commandment of honoring your father and mother so your days could be long.
Mercy.
And what happened to him because of him doing that? He ended up losing his birthright for that, if I can recall, right?
He lost his plot of land.
We just read about this, didn't we? Just read this.
That's right.
So the thing is, you see that? So now we see how the fifth commandment got broken because of adultery, which is going to be the seventh commandment, thou shalt not commit adultery. We dealing with the thou shalt not series, brother, because when you break one of them, you break all of them. So
That's
you
right.
shall not break the least one of these.
Ooh.
You shall not do it. Like Deron pointed out, if you got a pastor telling you that's done away with, then he's saying the opposite. Thou shalt commit adultery. But it's okay. Jesus died for you to commit adultery. You saved from the penalties of committing adultery.
Wow.
If you commit adultery, won't nobody die. They lying to you. If you commit adultery, You're not dishonoring your mother, your father. What did that got to do, man? Let's go to the next spot, though. Man. All right. 2 Samuel. Oh, what do we got? Okay, Genesis 49. Okay, excuse me. That's my mix-up. Genesis 49, 3 through 4. Go ahead and read that. Genesis 49, 3 through 4.
Reuben, thou art my firstborn, my might,
Yeah.
in the beginning of my strength, the excellency of dignity and the excellency of power. Unstable as water, and thou shalt not excel, because thou wentest up to thy father's bed, then defilest thou it when he went up to my couch.
And slept with his concubine on the couch. He did it on the lazy boy. Look, the whole thing is, though, and say, thou shalt not excel, because thou wentest up to thy father's bed, because you didn't honor your father. But what made this happen? Adultery. Let's keep going into this. Let's go to our next spot. Now we're going to go to 2 Samuel, chapter 11. Pick it up at 14 when you get there. 2 Samuel, chapter 11. And we're going to pick it up at 14. We don't got too much more to go, brothers and sisters. 2 Samuel 11 and 14. You can go ahead and read it, brother.
And it came to pass in the morning that David wrote a letter to Joab and sent it by the hand of Uriah. And
so we had to come back and visit. We had to come back and visit David because we started off with David, him just looking at Bathsheba, and he was just seeing how beautiful she was, and he was just thinking all of this stuff. Now we come back into the scene with him. He finna send off a letter. Now let's look at what this adultery is finna cause David to do. Let's see what commandment David is going to break. This associated by him dealing with this adultery, how it's going to connect him to breaking a whole nother commandment. Because when you break one, you break all of them. We're going to show you this. Go ahead, brother.
And he wrote in the letter saying, set ye Uriah in the forefront of the hottest battle, and retire ye from him, that he may be smitten and die. Yes. And it came to pass, when Joab observed the city, that he was assigned Uriah into a place where he knew that valiant men were.
Look at that, man. That's crazy. So he put him in the city. He's sending them off, you know? That's what he's doing. Go ahead and read 17.
And the men of the city went out and fought with Joab, and there fell some of the people of the servants of David, and Uriah the Hittite died also. So
now we see it's associated with murder. So he want this man's wife. He want to sleep with this man's wife. He done sent this man off to get killed. Now this adultery has brought forth murder. But we're going to keep standing on David because we're going to see David is doing a lot of things. He's coveting because he see this man's wife. He want this man's wife. So this adultery got him become, thou shalt not covet. Thou shalt not covet. You done broke that one dealing with the adultery. Thou shalt not commit murder. Thou shalt not murder. You done did that. You done broke that dealing with the adultery, David. You got three. The Satan be getting like a 3 for 1, a 4 for 1, 5 for 5, whatever you call it. That's how he do that. Let's go. Let's keep going. Let's go now. Let's go to Go to 11 and 12. Back it up a little bit. And go ahead and read it.
And David said to Uriah, tarry here today also, and tomorrow I will let thee depart. So Uriah abode in Jerusalem that day and the morrow.
So David's sitting up here, he's setting up this thing, man. And what he's doing is but he's just setting this thing up. Let's go to our next spot. We're going to go to 2 Samuel 12 and 9. Because what we're going to see right here is that it's another commandment. Thou shalt not steal. Let's see if David stole. 12 and 9. Go ahead and read it.
Wherefore hast thou despised the commandment of the Lord, to do evil in his sight? Thou hast killed Uriah the Hittite with the sword, and hast taken his wife to be thy wife, and hast slain him with the sword of the children of Ammon.
You have taken his wife to be your wife. Thou shalt not steal. You have done this evil in his sight and killed Uriah. Thou shalt not commit murder. Thou shalt not murder. You see how this thing is disconnected? he breaking all the commandments by just dealing with this adultery.
Mm-hmm.
Let's keep looking at it. Now let's go to our next spot. We're going to Proverbs 6 and 32, brothers and sisters. Proverbs 6 and 32, because the Lord had already told you don't do this, man. Go ahead and read it.
But whoso committeth adultery with a woman lacketh understanding. He that doeth it destroyeth his own soul.
Whoever doing adultery, he lacking understanding. He don't understand that when he committing adultery, he's breaking all 10 of these commandments. He don't understand that. He don't understand it's destroying his soul. As a nation, as an individual, brothers and sisters. This thing is crazy, man. Let's go to our next spot. We're in Ecclesiastes 7. We in our next spot. Should be a Ecclesiastes 7. Oh, Judges 16, they got up there. Okay. I don't know how that one got out of sync like that, but we're gonna roll with it. Go ahead and read that Judges 16.
Judges.
Yep, it is Judges 16. Excuse me. Go ahead.
Start at verse 1.
Yeah.
Then went Samson to Gaza, and saw there an harlot, and went in unto her.
You see that? Look at that. He saw a harlot that just went in. We don't even really got to read too much more. I mean, that's a clean, nasty rip.
Oh my
Come
God,
on, man. You seen a harlot and just went right into it. I mean, that's how Israel be too.
Wow.
You know, all our sisters, man, they you know, they doing it the little $40 holler special. You know, that's what's been going on the last few years. You know?
Wow.
But you see clean rip right there, man. He's seen it. He just went into the harlot, man. Let's go to our next spot, bro. This whole Bible is just dealing with this adultery. We're in Genesis 38. I didn't come with the verse for this. Give me 1 second to get here. That's my fault right there. Genesis 38, and we're gonna pick this up we're gonna pick it up at verse 23. Go ahead. We'll pick it up 23.
And Judah said, let her take it to her, lest we be shamed. Behold, I sent this kid, and thou hast not found her.
Keep going.
And it came to pass about 3 months after that it was told Judah, saying, Tamar thy daughter-in-law hath played the harlot, and also, behold, she is with child by whoredom. And Judah said, bring her forth, and let her be burnt.
Look at that. Now, why would you want to play with some heart? You see the wages of sin is death, brothers and sisters. He say, bring her here, let her be burnt. Look, she done played the harlot. You done played the harlot, you done went a whoring. You done went a whoring. And it said, man, that bring her here and let her be burnt, man. That's deep. You know, this was going to come on, this punishment that could come on us from this thing, y'all. Let's go to our next spot, which is 2 Samuel 13. And I did this, okay. No, I don't want to go here. We're going to skip this one. Let's go to Mark 6. Mark 6 and 17. Yeah, we looking at this, man, throughout this book, though, how breaking this one commandment breaks all of them. We're in Mark 6, and let's pick it up at verse 16. Mark 6 and 16. Go ahead.
But when Herod heard thereof, he said, it is John, whom I beheaded. He is risen from the dead.
Keep going.
For Herod himself had sent forth and laid hold upon John and bound him in prison for Herodias' sake, his brother Philip's wife, for he had married her.
Wow. Keep going.
For John had said unto Herod, it is not lawful for thee to have thy brother's wife.
This against the law. This against the law. See, like I say, man, you dealing with this adultery, you're gonna be doing all kind of wicked, weird stuff just to get the lust thereof. And when that lust, when it's conceived, it brings forth sin. And when the sin is there, it's gonna bring forth death. Keep going.
Therefore, Herodias had a quarrel against him and would have killed him, but she could not.
Keep going.
For Herod feared John, knowing that he was a just man and a holy man, and observed him. And when he heard him, he did many things and heard him gladly.
Keep going.
And when the convenient day was come, that Herod on his birthday made a supper to his lords, high captains and chief estates of Galilee. And when the daughter of of Herodias came in and danced and pleased Herod and them that sat with him, the king said unto the damsel, ask of me whatsoever thou wilt, and I will give it thee.
Go ahead.
And he sware unto her, whatever so thou shalt ask of me, I will give it thee unto the half of my kingdom.
24.
And she went forth and said unto her mother, what shall I ask? And she said, the head of John the Baptist.
Man, you see how this lust and all of this, I want you, it's going to lead to murder. It's going to lead to cutting off John the Baptist's head. Keep going, though.
And she came in straightway with haste unto the king and asked, saying, I will that thou give me by and by and charge the head of John the Baptist.
Keep going.
And the king was exceeding sorry, yet for his oath's sake, and for their sake which sat with him, he would not reject her.
Because he done made this oath, man. He didn't, man, I got you, whatever you want. Go ahead.
And immediately the king sent an executioner and commanded his head be brought. And he went and beheaded him in the prison.
It said that he was exceeding sorry. He like, man, I don't even really want to do this. But it's this the whole thing is that you want to do this stuff to please this woman. Go ahead.
And brought his head in a charger and gave it to the damsel, and the damsel gave it to her mother.
We just wanted that. That's it. But we see what that did. That thing led to murder, brothers and sisters. That's what this lust do. This adultery and all of this, this fornication, man. This stuff, all this stuff lead to murder. It's all connected. That's what we're trying to show you. And you're gonna see it through the 10-part series that we're putting forth. No matter what thou shalt not that we touch on, it's all gonna be connected with all the commandments. You break one, you broke them all. It's like you bowling. You hit that pin that's in the front hard enough, you're gonna knock them all down. All gonna fall. Go ahead. We're gonna go to our next spot. We only have a couple spots left. We're gonna skip that Numbers 25. We're gonna skip that Genesis 39. Let's go to Ecclesiastes. There we go, 7-26. Go ahead, my brother. When you get there, go ahead and read that. Look at what this book says about this thing, man.
And I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands. Whoso pleaseth God shall escape from her, but the sinner shall be taken by her.
Because he's drawn away his lust. He say, I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets. He said that's more bitter than death. A woman whose mind is just full of snares and nets. She's setting up all kind of little booby traps for you or whatever. Got you trapped in this lust. Got you trapped in this adultery thing. It's finna trap you up in all kind of other sin. We don't want it, brothers and sisters. We got to be real mindful of this thing. It's so easy can beset all of us. For real, for real. Let's go to Romans 6-23. We got one spot after this. Romans 6-23. And when you get there, go ahead and read, brother.
For the wages of sin is death, but the gift of God is eternal life through Jesus Christ our Lord.
So we got to know what we're going to get paid for doing this, the wages, this the price, this the reward we're going to get. Because he said, I come quickly and my reward is with me to give every man according as his work should be. And if you've been working on some adultery, you're going to get paid for that. And the payment for that is the lake of fire. He coming with two payments, and it ain't going to be credit or debit. It's going to either be lake of fire or the kingdom of God, New Jerusalem, that's going to come on earth where he going to be dwelling at. But the thing is, the wages of sin is death, but the gift of God is eternal life. So you keeping the commandments, you get eternal life. You break the commandments, you get death, the second death, which is the lake of fire. Let's go to our last spot I kept referencing all night, James chapter 2. Because you got to know, brothers and sisters, that if I commit adultery, I have just bear false witness against my neighbor, like David did with Uriah. I have became a coveter, like David did with Uriah. I have became a murderer, like David did with Uriah. All this over some adultery. I became a thief because he said, you stole another man's wife. Look at how all of these things happen. Look at Solomon. He making graven images and stuff. He just want to please whatever they kind of culture that they got. He want to respect their culture and their traditions and rituals. James 2:10, brother. Go ahead and read.
For whosoever shall keep the whole law and yet offend in one point, he is guilty of all.
You done broke all of them.
Wow.
If you offend in one point, you broke all of them. That's how one of them is connected to all of them. Thou shalt not. You break one thou shalt not, you broke all of the thou shalt nots. You guilty of all of them. But what they say, Deron, but we ain't kill them, though.
I got something I gotta do that to what we just did with this lesson, because you hit on so many spots. And as I was talking to you last night, one of my cousins who I ain't seen, so when I got off the screen, I ate me a couple of flaming hots, and then I went check that Facebook for these posts on there. So I know my cousin in that pastor is watching. And during our conversation, they were talking about how I told them, I said, man, Satan really works for the devil, and that's too much for their head to understand. But you hit on it real bad tonight when you saying the sin walks in their mind, and when they showed the Satan is running around like a lion ready to destroy. And I was saying, well, man, if he could, he would just destroy you all the way. The Lord authorized it. You talked about how the Lord Satan entered in Judas' mind and his head. You talked about Eve in the garden, how it happened. These angels are doing that, but the Lord is the one ultimately controlling this thing. So they can see this. I want to do something real quick to add on to our lessons that we did with this adultery, because this is the same process that are happening. And so if they don't know this process, they're reading the Bible is going to confuse them, because it's going to say the Lord is doing it. And they're like, well, the Lord don't have no sin in him, and he don't tempt you. He don't do this. But it's telling you that it's these angels doing it. He giving them permission, and he the head man, so he takes charge of that. Yes. So I want to show it to you real quick, this process, and then I'm gonna read the other two verses to let you see how this whoredom and stuff sound, and you're gonna think it's coming from the Lord, but it's in your head. So I want them two cousins and that pastor that's been there for 35 years since we've been in high school to see this, that we reading this, showing you how it works. And if you unlearn, you're going to take it and twist it, but the process doesn't change. Let's go to 2 Samuel 24, and we're going to read verse 1. One verse, because the Lord was mad at us as a nation like he is now, and David was the head, so his anger was kindled against Israel. He did something to David. The Lord did this. And if you don't know this, you're not going to see it. 2 24, read verse 1. 2 Samuel 24, verse 1.
And again, the anger of the Lord was kindled against Israel. He moved David against them to say, go, number Israel and Judah.
Didn't the Lord do that, brothers and sisters? We heard that was the Lord that was angry with a whole group of people. So he went to the head and he influenced his mind to make him do what he told him don't do. You can go in other ways. He said nobody should number Israel, brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
But to an untrained mind, they say, man, well, the Lord don't do no good. This sounds confusing to you. But we laid it out to you all day long. He uses Satan them to do these type of things, brothers and sisters. So we're going to go over to 1 Chronicles 21, and we're going to show you what really happened. That lion that's running around them hedges, the angels that you can't see, the ones the way they beguile Eve, the way they got to do you. Look at what happens. 1 Chronicles 21, and we're going to read verse 1.
And Satan stood up against Israel and provoked David to number Israel.
Is that clean? That's how the process works, brothers and sisters. So it'll start making more sense to those brothers that's looking at this, that think we don't know what we're talking about. The Lord said he did it. The Lord put his lion spirits in the heads of these 400 prophets, in these pastors that stand up, and he's doing it by these pastors. So let me show you how that looks. So when you hear the Lord taking credit from, here's the process. Give me Deuteronomy 13. We're going to read 1 through 3. We want to put this out here so you can see how they come to you. And he goes in the mouth of your friends, your pastor, your mama, your daddy, everybody.
Everybody.
Yes. That's why he told Peter, Satan, get thee behind me. He didn't talk to him. Satan was in his head doing that.
Let's make it make sense, brother, so that they could understand this, man.
Let's show you how it's done. Deuteronomy 13, 1, 2, 3. Go ahead.
If there arise among you a prophet or a dreamer of dreams, and giveth thee a sign or a wonder, and the sign or the wonder come to pass, wherefore he spake unto thee, saying, let us go after other gods which thou hast not known, and let us serve them. Thou shalt not hearken unto the words of that prophet or that dreamer of dreams, for the Lord your God approveth you, to know whether ye love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul.
Do you hear that? The Lord your God. The Lord your God is proving you. The Lord ain't sitting there telling you to do nothing bad. He moving his angels out of the way that you won't listen to do the adultery with and keep his commandments. Thou shalt not. And he's saying that roaring lion, go ahead and get in his head. You got free reign at him. What you gonna do when they put somebody like Bathsheba there, take a bath in front of you, and you got the mind of God? Solomon got God's wisdom. What you gonna do in your old age when you want to see that stuff? Who got in his head? Ezekiel 14. Ezekiel 14. This is the last spot real quick. So I can show you this process. We're gonna read 1 through 6. Now 2 through 6, and then 2 through 6, and then we're gonna go with 9 and 10. And that'll be it. We're gonna read it straight through for you because you need to see this process. This is a clean rip, like that brother be saying. 2 through 6. Go ahead.
And the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, these men have set up their idols in their heart, and put the stumbling block of their iniquity before their face. Should I be inquired of at all by them?
They put that stuff in their mind. They got Christmas already. My mama been doing it for a tradition. I am going to go work tomorrow, and I'm going to get my brother's wife while I'm sitting there with him shaking hands, and we barbecuing together. I got it in my mind already. So listen what the Lord said, because he say, once you do all that, you go and say, man, let me go ask the Lord when I go to court tomorrow for this rotten stuff that I've been doing. Please take care of me, Lord. Have mercy upon me. Go ahead.
Yep.
Therefore speak unto them and say unto them, thus saith the Lord God, every man of the house of Israel that setteth up his idols in his heart, and putteth the stumbling block of his iniquity before his face, and cometh to the prophet, I, the Lord, will answer him that cometh according to the multitude of his idols.
What?
That
Go ahead.
I may take the house of Israel in their own heart, because they are all estranged from me through their idols.
So listen to what he said. He said, I, the Lord God, is going to answer that man myself, brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
God ain't the one doing it. He said this is your mind doing it, and that's how they get into you. Let's drop down, and I want to do just give me verse 7.
For every one of the house of Israel, or of the stranger that sojourneth in Israel, which separateth himself from me, and setteth up his idols in his heart, and putteth the stumbling block of his iniquity before his face, and cometh to the prophet to inquire of him concerning me, I, the Lord, will answer him by myself.
The Lord said he's doing this. He's doing it through those angels getting through your mind. Here is the warning in the closeout, 9 and 10.
And if the prophet be deceived when he have spoken a thing, I, the Lord, have deceived that prophet, and I will stretch out mine hand upon him, and will destroy him from the midst of my people Israel.
Do that seem like sweet Jesus saying, I, the Lord, will destroy that prophet? I, the Lord, will put the lie in his head, in his mouth? He's allowing that wicked angel like a lion to do this, brother and sister. This is the process. And for my two brothers that are texting back and forth with me, listen at verse 10. I want y'all to hear this, because this is the result of it if you don't know this process. Go ahead.
And they shall bear the punishment of their iniquity. The punishment of the prophet shall be even as the punishment of him that seeketh unto him.
That's a clean rip.
Clean.
Do you understand what you just read? This is the process what this brother laid out, with them angels going around tipping you. When Satan entered in Judas' mind, get thee behind me, Satan, when he's looking at Peter. Satan want to sift you like wheat, but I pray that your faith fail you not. That you don't listen to that voice that's in your head, brothers and sisters.
That's what you just said. That they don't listen to the voice that's in their head that's trying to get them to commit adultery. Bro, then y'all got one last verse.
Go ahead. Go ahead, prophet.
1 John 4 and 1. Because he just said that they talking to you in your head. Yeah, that's what they doing. Listen, as crazy as it sounds, that's what we read that's been going on, even to the heart of Judas Iscariot, these by any means, and serpent beguiled Eve. Hey, this is how this thing going. We got
400 prophets, all of them are pastors, mind you.
All of that. Look, we got to know how it starts. So we know where it starts. And it starts in the mind. That's why I got to kill it at. Where did it start in the garden? Oh, it started in the mind. Sin started in the garden and it started in the mind. Yeah, it did. And we got, look, I ain't going to go that far. So look, we're going to do 4 and 1. Let's go ahead and read this, because he said that they come and talking to you in your mind. So you gotta, if you're going to trust in them or not. Go ahead and read.
Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits whether they are of God, because many false prophets are gone out into the world.
And we know that because we just read that it was 400 prophets that went out and they dealing with Ahab with all of this stuff, and they was lying. And you got 400 prophets for 1,000 prophets per adventure probably that that's lying, and if they do it everywhere. No, every man, listen, you got to test the spirit to make sure it's a God. What's a spirit? It's an angel. It's coming to tell you something. It's a ministering spirit, finna give you a thought of lust. You drawn away of it, the tempted by it, a thought of murder, a thought of coveting, a thought of thou shalt not, got you saying thou shalt. Believe test every spirit to make sure it's of God, because God said thou shalt not. It's going to be another spirit that's going to tell you, you ain't got to listen to that. That's all I got.
Now we got to go to right there, because what you said right there, that spirit right there, when he said try the spirits, he's saying try different doctrines and different words. But right now, a third of them angels fail. And in your time, we're going to go to 1 Timothy 4 and read one verse 1. That's what we got to end with. Ain't that what you said?
Yeah, you got to seduce the spirits. Yeah, for sure.
You got to talk to him. You close that one out, prophet.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We hit it in the lineup, but let's hit it again. 4 and 1, 1 Timothy. Expressly in the latter
That's
times.
why I want you to hop on it a little bit.
Expressly, brother. So it's really,
They running
it's stressing the
rapid.
issue. It's stressing the issue right now. Hey, 1 Timothy 4:1. Let me get that because I'm not there. Go ahead and read though, brother Dan. I have to get there.
Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils.
Read verse 2.
You go ahead.
Speaking lies and hypocrisy, having their conscience seared with a hot iron.
What is he affecting?
Your conscience.
Then the man that was with that, we started off with that lady in the garden. He said they conscious in their heart when they heard their sin. Because listen, Satan was in their head, and when Jesus asked them about what they without sin, they had to get their conscience clean.
That's right.
But that leaving for a season, they back, brothers and sisters. That's what we just read. What does expressly mean?
Expressly.
A beeline. Don't the train go from 79th to Roosevelt when it go? We're going express.
Right.
It's going straight there. They ain't gonna make no stops.
It's on you. It's expressed. Listen. And it said that you're gonna have some that shall depart from the faith. That means they're gonna stop keeping the commandments, brother. Because faith without works is dead. When I read faith, I gotta put it with works. And that's what a lot of these churches, they don't do that. They don't put it with works. Faith without works is dead. You see faith and it ain't got no works, you ain't even looking at faith. It gotta have the works. It says it's gonna make people depart from it. What? A seducing spirit. It might get in your brother. Your brother, now he acting out crazy with the spirit, is trying to get a 2-for-1, brothers and sisters. It's trying to make you commit adultery on God. By hating your brother, you commit adultery on God.
Oh my God.
Y'all want to keep doing this? I know I don't. I can't chance it. I'll let go of the rope. You won.
Wow.
That's all I got, bro.
I don't want to sit down behind that. That's party is over. Daniel, you got anything to say before we get out of here?
Nah, brother, I got nothing.
Praise the Lord. All right, Malachi.